Good morning. My name is Noah Jager, and I am honored to welcome you to the 2020 Bloomington High School South graduation. At this time, will you please stand for the national anthem and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hello, family, friends, faculty, and my fellow graduates. I know it is early, and you still may be half asleep, but this morning is a time for celebration. So before I begin, it only seems fitting that we wake up for this special event in a manner that we have all witnessed before. This one's for you, Alex. Good morning, Bloomington High School South. The iconic voice of Alex Coniaris will surely be remembered in a similar way to how the graduating class of 2020 will leave a lasting legacy. It is true, we will be connected to this pandemic, but by no means are we defined by it. We will rather be remembered as a unified group that did extraordinary things in the classroom and excelled outside of it. This class is decorated with ambitious learners, electrifying athletes, talented musicians, and even, some TikTok producers. As I speak before you today in this accomplished Bloomington South gym, on this video, I am honored. I want to share with you 3 important themes that have helped me in my young life so far, and I believe can help you as well. I call them the 3 P's: passion, perseverance, and purpose. The first P, passion. Everyone needs one. A passion lights a fire in you that is unexplainable. It fuels you, it intrigues you, and most importantly, it brings enjoyment into your life. Look at the way Miss Witten in the Sounds of South group sings every day. Not the way my man Hunter Diltz, yes sir Hunter, lives his life, always enthusiastically greeting us, making the world a little bit brighter. And also at the way our team athletes and our Panther Hoop All-Stars just played for the love of the game. Their passion created joy not only for themselves, but others as well. Follow your passion and embrace it. Now the second P, perseverance. We must work hard at whatever we do. To achieve greatness, it takes practicing your trade over and over and over, and then we gotta do it again. Kobe Bryant, one of the basketball greats, rest in peace, personified this theme in his Mamba mentality, which can be defined as the constant quest to be the best version of oneself. From early morning workouts to perfecting a Dr. Rockich essay, which could never actually be done, and even to the difficult task of corralling kids at Bradford Woods. Persevering can be tough, but technically, as I see it, it's not rocket science. If we work as hard as Mr. True does to steal our hats, we'll all be just fine. Let us reflect the Mamba mentality, and nothing will stop us, not even a virus. Now the last P, purpose. Perhaps the most important of all. Well, a passion can bring enjoyment into our lives. The purpose brings us meaning, and it gives us the opportunity to have fulfillment. I think sometimes, as I do, we tend to think about ourselves a lot. But in reality, and in the end, I believe the best purpose is going outside of yourself and helping others. The great Greek philosopher Aristotle said, "The essence of life is to serve others and to do good." Whether you are involved in unified track, rally dance marathon, FTK, or you are in National Honor Society, I know we have all felt that warm, fuzzy feeling we get inside our hearts that make us feel good. I hope you can use your passion and perseverance to bring about a meaningful purpose in your life. I'd like to thank the great teachers, counselors, coaches, and our principal, Mark Fletcher, for getting us prepared and helping us to succeed as we go forward. And to my classmates, I want you to remember one final P, Panthers. Remember you are a part of a class where clubs thrived and friendships flourished, where the football team went to semi-state, and when there was an undefeated basketball team. And most importantly, where we have all made memories that will last a lifetime. I miss you all, and I wish you the best. As I opened with our morning announcements, I will close with our ending. Have pride in yourself and the Panthers. Thank you.
Friends, family, dog. My name is Clara Voskel, and it is with great honor that I stand here in front of my phone in a teleprompter app I downloaded as I try to articulate a thoughtful and inspiring speech that can honor my fellow seniors in the journey we have all taken to reach this place on such a momentous occasion. However, considering this place is in front of an empty high school, and this occasion is a pre-recorded video within my allotted time slot, I have to be honest, the whole inspiration thing doesn't seem quite so appropriate. In fact, at this point, I feel like we could all use some honesty. Although an authentic graduation would have been far too long, and half of you would already be tuned out on my speech by now, I still feel sorry that we won't exactly have graduation up there among all of life's unforgettable memories. So, I can't promise inspiration, but in order to make up for the lack of authenticity that this virtual graduation may present, I can promise one final attempt to give an honest and authentic message. If mantras could represent all of what anybody has ever said to me, phrases like "don't give up" and "quitters never win" would certainly come to mind. I think a lot of us are constantly threatened by the social repercussions that quitting something, or even someone, may imply. My parents have been supportive in everything I have done, but that support has always been accompanied by this silent understanding that I was never to give up. As much as I hated tap dancing, I would make it through all 10 prepaid lessons. And even though I dreaded weekly swimming classes at the YMCA because we had to share lanes with the senior fitness groups as they engaged in coordinated arthritis exercises, the mere suggestion of not going would bring shame upon myself and my family and all my deceased relatives who had ever been swimming, right? Well, by the time I reached high school, quitting was not an option. I had begun a 4-year marathon, and I was determined to never lose sight of that cliche finish line. For the most part, I really didn't give up. I played both basketball and soccer for 4 years, no matter how gruesome sprints were, or how interesting Coach Rickerby's British comments could be. I managed to maintain decent grades and pass my classes. I wasn't alone in my lengthy 4-year triumphs either. All of us were right there together, getting through even the hardest classes. Yeah, that means you, Dr. Rockage. Perhaps you are all just as terrified as I to quit, afraid that quitting translated to failure. Still, when I reflect on my high school experiences, I did give up a lot of aspects of my life. And I wasn't alone in my giving up either. A lot of us quit track after freshman year because, let's be honest with ourselves, we just weren't good and we hated running. Come sophomore year, some of our greatest friendships were tested and survived, while a lot of others had to be let go. Some of us decided to quit Sounds of South to accommodate a busy schedule and excess anxiety. All of our high school careers felt like one major breakup with the mere concept of sleep or a healthy breakfast. And some days, we even managed to quit lunch so that we could cram for an upcoming test or finish homework due in the next class. Sure, quitting did have its repercussions. For one, skipping lunch made us all incredibly hungry by 5th period, and subsequently, more susceptible to falling asleep during class. Sorry, Mr. Rainey. However, while I can't speak on behalf of everyone, I've at least come to learn that giving up in a lot of regards has not meant failure for me. Quitting track allowed me to appreciate my strengths and my weaknesses alike. Fading relationships with old friends simply forced me to meet new and wonderful people. Discontinuing my journey that was unique and special with Sounds of South opened my eyes to experiencing music in completely different ways. And yes, even quitting lunch to study some days benefited my grades, while reminding me of the importance of nutrition for mental stamina. Quitting has not meant failure for me, and I bet that it hasn't always meant failure for you all either. Quitting has allowed us self-growth and transformation. Quitting has prepared us for life's curveballs and pushed us outside of our comfort zones. Quitting has created us new friendships while strengthening the old. Quitting has provided us a catalyst for expression and creativity. Of all these things, quitting has not meant failure. This is because quitting isn't always quitting so much as it is moving on. Our strange online graduation may appear to signify the ultimate grand finale of our collective breakup with South. However, I challenge everyone to see it differently, to see that now is simply our time to move on. Above all, while we leave Bloomington South behind, moving on will not mean failure for us because of the friends, teachers, moments, successes, and yes, even failures that have touched and motivated us along the way. Congratulations to you all, and have pride in yourself, and and moving on.
There are stars in the southern sky. Woo! Southward as you go. There is moonlight and moss in the trees. Down that seven bridges road. Now I have loved you like baby, like some lonesome child. And I have loved you in a tender way. And I have loved you wild. Sometimes there's a part of me has to turn from here and go, running like a child from these lone stars down the seven bridges road. There are stars in the southern sky. Woo! And if ever you decide you should go, there is a taste of time's sweet night. Down the seven bridges road.
Yeah.
Good morning and welcome to our families, friends, and most importantly this morning, the soon-to-be 415 graduates of the class of 2020. This morning marks the 147th graduation ceremony at Bloomington High School South and the first virtual experience of its kind. We'd also like to welcome our MCCSC school board members, as well as our superintendent, Dr. DeMuth, who are all here in strong support of our graduates today. And might I say, have worked tirelessly to support our students' well-being throughout the corporation during these challenging times. Thank you. To the class of 2020, today is about a celebration of your many individual and collective achievements. Many of these accomplishments can be measured through an assortment of data points that the state and federal agencies use to determine high levels of individual and school performance. I hope everyone can take a moment to comprehend the unique set of impressive accomplishments accumulated by the class of 2020. Some of the measurable data points that shine a bright light on this class would include 289 students who have received the Indiana Academic Honors Diploma. That's a record number, 289, for the history of Bloomington High School South. 145 students received Principal Scholar Awards. This award is given to students for maintaining a 4.0 GPA through 11 trimesters. Again, a school record number 145. 18 of our students this year were recognized as National Merit Finals, a significant accomplishment, and again, the highest number in school history. The graduating class of 2020 will send 74% of its graduates to four-year post-secondary institutions. Another 18% will attend two-year academic programs. The class of 2020 had a school record of 180 students who were inducted into the National Honor Society. National Honor Society induction is based on a national set of criteria for admittance in the areas of scholarship, leadership, character, and service. This year, the number of AP exams taken by our students rose to a record level of 1,059. To put that number in context, just 2 years ago, the number of tests taken were right around 800. This year, 66 AP scholars were achieved by our students with an average score of over 4 on a 5-point scale. 36 AP scholars with honors, 49 AP scholars with distinction, and 4 national AP scholars. These numbers are the reasons why Bloomington South has been recognized as a national model AP school. The class of 2020 ranked in the top 10% when evaluating both their SAT and I-STEP performance compared to the rest of the state. Based on the class of 2020's performance in a wide variety of academic areas, Bloomington South has been recognized as a national model PLC school for each year the class of 2020 has been in attendance at Bloomington South. Many of these data points accumulated by this class have led their school to be recognized by the state as a 4-star school. This class also led our school to an A ranking by the state in the year that they were tested. These two areas of academic recognition are the highest the state has to offer any school. Various magazines as well, including the U.S. News and World Report, also attempt to measure student performance indicators. And Bloomington High School South was ranked in the top 10 public schools in the state for the second straight year. This year, not including financial aid amounts, a school record $6.1 million of scholarship monies have been earned by the class of 2020. Incredible. These academic achievements would not exist without academics being our collective #1 priority at Bloomington South. Some people have said that our school emphasizes and supports the extracurriculars that our students are involved with, and those individuals couldn't be more accurate. The attributes of developing a work ethic, accepting your roles, navigating constructive criticism, and performing under pressure go hand in hand in both academics and extracurriculars. We have found that once our students leave Bloomington South, those who have developed those values in both areas inevitably outperform others who haven't. Speaking of some of those extracurricular achievements, we have a number of all-state and scholarship athletes, of which 101 were Conference Indiana Academic Award winners this year. This award is given to students who maintain a 3.5 GPA while earning a varsity letter. 101 academic award winners was the most of any school in Conference Indiana this year. The IHSAA offers 20 varsity girls and boys sports. Unfortunately, only 14 of those 20 sports were able to compete this year before schools were closed. Astonishingly, 11 of those 14 teams led by these graduates advanced past sectional competition this year. In the fall, our boys and girls soccer teams both won sectional championships, the 8th straight for our boys team and the 4th straight for our girls team. Boys cross country won their third straight semi-state championship. The girls team were state participants for the 13th consecutive year. Volleyball won the Conference Indiana Championship. Girls golf went to regionals for the 12th straight year. And football won its 6th straight sectional championship and went to the Final Four for the 3rd time in the last 6 years. And in the winter, when school was called, our girls basketball team had won their 2nd straight Conference Indiana Championship. Girls swimming had won their 5th consecutive Conference Indiana Championship this year and their 5th straight sectional championship. Boys swimming team has had a state participant for the past 6 years. Wrestling had won a sectional championship for the 11th straight year. And our boys basketball team were Conference Indiana champions for the 5th straight year, sectional champions for the 6th straight year, and finished the year 26-0 and ranked number 1 in the state of Indiana. To our senior spring athletes, while there are no words to describe the unfortunate circumstances of not being able to participate this year, your hard work, dedication, and preparation from previous years have not gone unnoticed. As we can see by the success of the 14 teams that did compete this year, we can only imagine how the spring sports would have competed at a similar level. Based on any data point that exists, the class of 2020 has collectively killed it as it relates to achieving in the top 5 to 10% of all schools in the state of Indiana. Now, what about these students in some of those areas that are not as easily measurable, but mean just as much or more when defining the individuals that are in this graduating class today? What about the group of seniors helping to raise thousands of dollars each year to support holiday gifts for hundreds of kids in our community who otherwise would not receive any? What about these students helping support food drives that, among other things, feed some of our own students every weekend? What about participation in multiple blood drives, supporting Hoosiers Outrun Cancer, and orchestrating the most successful dance marathon program in the state of Indiana? What about the participation and support of our unified track team from so many of our students in this graduating class today? The list could go on, and best describes the culture of Bloomington High School South that these students have helped to build, maintain, and leave as a part of their legacy. Students, for each of you graduating today, there are parents, family members, and other supporters who have cared for you, sacrificed for you, and made the commitment necessary for you to be here today. Class, I'm sure you've already done this, but make sure that on this special day, you thank your biggest supporters. In a show of their belief in you, your teachers have gone above and beyond to support you in this adjustment period. I don't think a finer, more dedicated group of teachers exists. The statistics that we've highlighted today back up my statement. Creating relationships with students, working collaboratively with colleagues, and supporting each student's progress is the foundation of their collective success. Finally, while we celebrate your record-setting accomplishments, it would be an understatement to say that no one saw this year ending like it has. The number of lost opportunities and experiences is staggering. The situation can feel overwhelming and has created much frustrations for all of you, I am sure. Through it all, though, I keep being reminded of all those life lessons our parents, family members, teachers, and others always attempt to emphasize to each one of us. Regardless of our age, we have always heard most, if not all, of the following: make the most of every day and every experience. Live each day like it's your last, because it very well could be. Don't take things for granted. You never know when your good fortunes can be taken away from you. And life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond to it. We are all human, and unfortunately, it oftentimes takes something unexpected to happen before we take these phrases to heart. If we can use this experience as that unexpected event that makes us embrace these life lessons, then I can't help but think at your age, you are graduating high school with a greater sense of value for those things that can easily be taken for granted. This heightened awareness and appreciation will serve to advantage you in future endeavors. Class of 2020, for all the things that have gone your way and for giving your best, I'd like to say thank you for the honor you have brought to both Bloomington High School South and the greater Bloomington community. And just as importantly, and maybe more today, thanks for your ability and maturity level to control the controllables. Your response to this situation is just as admirable as the academic and extracurricular accomplishments that you have achieved. Class, we believe in you. We're extremely proud of you. And remember, wherever you may go from here, and whatever goals you may choose to pursue, always remember to have pride in yourself and the Panthers. Congratulations. And now, a message from our school board president, Ms. Fuentes-Rohr, and our superintendent, Dr. Judy DeMuth.
On behalf of the Monroe County Community School Corporation Board of School Trustees, congratulations, class of 2020. We know that this is not how you expected to end your senior year with us, but it does not detract from your incredible accomplishments, particularly in light of the adversities you have faced. Please know that we are so very proud of each and every one of you. Congratulations.
Congratulations and thank you to our graduates, families, and staff during these unprecedented times. Graduates, you have achieved this great honor of high school graduation during the most difficult of times. This academic achievement and focused endurance will serve you well for a most successful future. By the authority vested in me by the Indiana Department of Education, it is truly an honor and privilege to present the members of the class of 2020 for receipt of their diplomas.
At this time, it is my privilege to introduce Drew Fry and Aaron Crawley as they read the names of the graduates of the class of 2020.
Lukman Abdul Hakim, Joshua Taylor Adams, Nadia Aisha Ali Akras, Jenna Grace Albertson, Naif Khalaf Al-Harbi, Ahmed Mohammed Al-Kirwi, Elizabeth Marie Allen, Fahad Saleh Alufi, Nawaf Saleh Alufi, Turki Saleh Alufi, Lauren Beth Anders, Mitchell James Anderson Corns, Edward Alexis Ansart, Caitlin Elizabeth Apple, Joel William Arnold, Matthew Mansell Arnold, Abigail Rose Arvin, Riley Paul Axiom, Graham Eli Axum, Mark Anthony Ayers Marsh, Sean Robert Asqui, Catherine Margaret Banks, Jonathan Matthew Barger, Isabel Marie Bartlett, Laura Elizabeth Bass, Christian Rocco Batista, Jacob Lee Boffman, Angela Rosemarie Baxter, Logan Kylie Beatty, Braydyn J. Bain, Atana Bait Fashahi, Allison Marie Bell, Zachary Scott Bellini, Bailey Ray Bankston, Elijah Andrew Bennett, Grace V. Bennett, Ren Bonnie Bennett, Desiree L. Berry, Michael George Bitar IV, Olivia Marie Blacketer, Jaden Ray Blackwell, Tate Elizabeth Blackwell, Coleman Jacob Blake, Rayshawn Frederick Bledsoe, Alyssa Jean Blessing, Libby Lynn Boehner, James Matthew Bomba, Nicholas Ryan Borders, Daniel G. Borhe, Brooklyn Jourdain Boroff, Dane Scott Bovenshin, Bradley Paul Bowers, Jacob David Boyd, Christopher Avery Brand, Serena Faye Breeding, Lara Cecilia Breithaupt, Benjamin Stafford Bridges, Connor Patrick Brinkley, Deviana Deshay Brown, Ellie Marie Brown, Katrine Ellen Marguerite Bruner, Josh Monroe Bryan, Adrian John Owen Bueno, Houston Burdishaw, Andrew Burks, Brianna Cadwell, Summer Rain Cahill, Jaron Gleb Callahan, Simon Jacob Camacho Roy, Brandon Gabriel Campos, Nicholas Patrick Cannon, Oliver Mason Cano, Afton Bell Cappy, Dalen Dwayne Cargill, Quinton Thomas Carney, Guillermo Antonio Carrasquel Cordero, Jaden Ty Carter, Tyler Hamilton Chamberlain, Sawyer Thomas Chambers. The salutatorian for the class of 2020, Andrew Young Chang, Lauren Elizabeth Chasteen, Aaron Lee Chestnut, Dakota Dwayne Childers, Helen Sophia G. Christ, Dylan Brock Clark, Avery Clark Dickerson, Javante Claybrook, Isabella Rose Mary Clemmer, Precious J.J.R. Collier, Alexander Dale Conieris, Lauren Elizabeth Connor, Jed Sanders Conrad, Benjamin Riley Cook, Dakota Dawn Cooper, Zachary Ryan Cornwell, Logan Riley Cox, Logan Shea Coxeter, Ava Rose Crease, Harley Sky Cretin, James Anton Crisson, Thomas Santel Crocker, Sydney Lane DePuzzo, Haley Dee Davidson, Alyssa D. Deckard, Ethan Wayne Deckard, Kennedy Page Deckard, Keegan Elijah Deemer, Ashanti F. Delaney, Taylor Dawn Delaney, Braydyn Christian Demir, Isabella Jayanne Denton. Hunter Marlon Diltz. Cody Braydyn Doig. Colin Joseph Doyle. Margaret Marie Doyle. Jacob Nicholas Drummond. Todd Jensen Dupuy. Tabitha Brooke Duval. Ryan Matthew Dye. Jacob Lee Eads. Mallory Rayanne Edwards. Neil Graham Edgehazy. Bridget Marguerite Emmerich. Alexis T. Evans. Daniel Farquhar. Maya Ren Fabian. Sarah Aziz Fosni. Seth C. Fikert. Margaret May Fiedler. Salvatore Ronald Filippelli. Dylan Connor Finch. Cara Danielle Fleener. Francisco Emmanuel Flores Ariola. Leslie Flores. Tess Flynn. Alice Claire Ford. Katarina Forrester. Garrett Franklin. Peyton Montgomery French. Annika Joyce Furr. Kevin Gaitan Sosa. Lucas William Gardner. Cody Lee Gellius. Cameron Rosemary Gillard. John Edward Gillard. Alec Edward Glessing. Nicholas Delane Gonzalez. Brody Reese Goodwin. Ryan William Greenberg. Tyson Jacob Gregory. Elijah James Griffin. Harley Dawn Grubb. Adric Grube. Sunisa Sana Guthrie. Cameron Michael Habby. Raya Hagverdi. Alyssa Lee Hall. Guinevere Aurora Hall. Mackenzie Cheyenne Hall. Taylor E. Hall. Alexi Ann Hammock. Bailey Hammond. Kelly Christine Hammond. Benjamin Douglas Hardin. Jillian Reese Hardy. Nicole Hardy. Amy Catherine Harrison. Samantha Aaron Hash. Haley M. Houter. Margaret Elise Hayes. Jace Michael Hazen. Dominic Michael Head. Emma Elizabeth Hedges. Angel Rose Helms. Ethan Barron Hensley. Miana Rose Hernandez. Kendall Ann Hewitt. Emma Ann Hickman. Hannah Hadass Hillers. Anna Lee Hinkle. Heather Danielle Horde. Peyton James Hobart. Sydney Kelly Ann Hobart. Jacob Ryan Hogan. Caitlin Nicole Holland. Rachel Lynn Hosey. Jaden A. Hubbard. Ethan Michael Huber. Ryan Thomas Hudson. Nicholas Isom. Lucas Matthew Jackson. Noah Patrick Jager. Gabrielle Lee Jellison. Maria Lynn Jennings, Megan Grace Yerke, Isabella Tansy Jeskowich, Meredith L. Johnson, Reed Thomas Johnson, Jade Morgan Jones. The valedictorian for the class of 2020, Thomas Kennedy Joyce. Olivia Grace Caraboya, Loveneet Cower, John Thomas Kelly, Mairead Kennedy, Kristen Faith King, Riley E. Kingma-Veeder, Victoria Elizabeth Kinzer, Trent Allen Kirby, Cassidy Rose Kleinbauer, Bella Elise Knabel, Mitchell Isaac Knipstein, Ian Riley Knox, Kira May Kunzman,
Timothy Alexander Lamb, Ashley Nicole Lamb, Teddy J. Lashley, John Henry Law, Gracie Ann Lawson, Anthony Charles Leal, Devin Tyler Lee, Braydyn Giovanni Lentz, Caitlin Lichty Hawkins, Thomas T. Like, Chad Austin Lindsay, Raven Sierra Lindsay, Morgan Montgomery LaRoe, Ashton Elizabeth Lisby, Olivia Marie Little, Kirsten Noel Lozano, Isabella Marianne Lucas, James Jordan Lundell, John R. Lyles, Ada Robinson Lynch, Delaney Marie Lynch, Finian Bridgman Lyon, Torin Donnelly McLaughlin, Jacob Richard Marshall, Andrew Christopher Martin, Alicia K. Martin, Elias Mario Martinez, Vincent R. Martinez, Stefania A. Marvin, Roma K. Matharu, Ethan Michael Mathis, Grace Elizabeth May, Brooke Elizabeth McInich, Amiko Lindsay McLean, Francis Ray McCormick, Anthony D. McCrae, Elizabeth Grace McCreary, Alexi Nicole McCullough, Taylor McKim, Megan Elizabeth McMullen, Jacob T. McRoberts, Joseph Michael McRoberts, Jordan A. Meeks, Victor Luis Mercado Gonzalez, Micah Emily Mevis, Rachel X. Michelson, Alia Rose Miller, Hannah Marie Messina Miller, Joshua David Miller, Sierra Rose Miller, Maya Taylor Mills, Cameron J. Millspaw, Allison J. Mobley, Zoe Anna Mochek, Chloe Elizabeth Moore, Joshua Kent Moore, Mason Joseph Moore, Matthew Parker Moore, William Thomas Moore, Jacob Orion Morris, Patrick Harold Morris, Elena L. Mullis, Paulina S. Mullis, Carissa Ann Mundy, Lauren Kathleen Nicola, Lainey Newquist, Jenna Grace Newsom, Kaya Jordan Norris, Hannah Mackenzie Odom, Leonardo Olivarietta, Madison Ann Oldham, Chloe Deanne Ortiz Hahn, Paris A. Owens, Jian Park, Leah Michelle Parks, Natalie I. Parrish, Jenna Marissa Parsons, Andrew Lawrence Payne, Brock Victor Peterson, Haley Plessinger, Emerson M. Poole, Nina Ann Prabhakar, Megan Julie Prang, Wade David Presson, Zachary Cole Pugh, Audrey A. Quinn, Neil Thomas Ramey, Brooke Meadow Ramusak, Colby Kenneth Reed, Jarian I. Reed, Austin Jordan Remo, Ellie Grace Rhodes, Xander G. Rich, Taylor Jane Richardson, Robert William Ridlin IV, Kristen N. Reidner, Sophia Reif, Zane Reif, Jackson Lee Riley, Mickey K. Riney, Sydney Ellen Rink, Andrew Gary Ryson, Riley M. Roberts, Samuel Lee Roberts, Brooke Ann Robertson, Logan Cole Robertson, Carter Wayne Robinson, Paige Emily Robinson, Sierra Ann Rogers, Elena K. Rogers, Anadari Leland Rogers, Cody James Root, Claire I. Rothstein, Malcolm Gabriel Russo, Anthony Cale Rush, Sitlali Ruvalcaba, Noah Matthew Sauer, Grace Catherine Sharnowski, Noah Thomas Shepard, Clara Olivia Scheutz, Daxton Douglas Schmidt, Kevin Schoonover, Darian V. Seibert, Lance C. Sevenish, Emma Ruth Sire, Lauren Eileen Schaff, Aditya Shah, Evan Alexander Shaw, Grace Diane Shields, Maria Rose Shishman, Elisa J. Short, Emma Rose Sickmeyer, Carlos E. Silva, Reed Stephen Silvers, Joshua L. Simon, Luke Andrew Smethurst, Colin Hoyt Smith, Emily Ann Smith, Erica Lauren Smith, Jenna Christine Smith, Mason Isaac Smith, Jasper R. Sons, Gavin Michael Sprunger, Daphne Joanna Stahl, Seth Nathaniel Stanek, Mara Catherine Stark, Lucy Genevieve Stell, Alexa Paige Stewart, Mason D. Stewart, Zachary Thomas Stewart, Peter Alexander Storm, Alexander Jonathan Straub, Zora E. Strife, Nicholas William Strite, Hannah Marie Strong, Audra Ann Stuck, Kaya Ariana Stumpf, Thomas Edward Sutkowski, Nicholas David Swank, Katrina B. Tan, Nathan Jack Taylor, Victoria Ann Terrell, Adam Daniel Terry, Maverick Allen Thierry, Melissa Ruth Thomas, Annabelle Thomason, Callum Joseph Thurston, Gideon Howard Townsend, Alexander Richard Triple, Ron Armin Underwood, Ethan Kenneth Upchurch, Peter Valentino, Emma Catherine Victor, Julia Nicole Victor, Clara May Voskel, Nicholas Trey Walden, Cole Jordan Walker, Deshane Lette Walker, Jasmine Claire Walker, Rachel Lynn Walker, Mahogany L. Wallace, Spencer Nicholas Walsh, Amanda Faith Walters, Madison Ann Wampler, Eason Wang, Kylie Catherine Washell, Lindsay Elizabeth Way, Jamie C. Weaver, Gael Whitney Wells, Danae E. Wilkerson, Anne Marie Wilkinson, Alyssa Diane Williams, Aubrey Lee Williams, Peyton Riley Wilson, Robert Logan Wilson, Tyler Austin Wingler, Deshaun Woldemichael, Cosette B. Wu, Grant Jared Yegley, Jacob Allen Young, Naomi Janelle Young, Tony Yu, Ethan Ryan Zaleski, Nathan Andrew Zeichner, Vicky K. Zhang.
Before I begin, I want to thank everyone whose hard work made this celebration possible, including the graduation leadership, videographers, and counselors. To all of the parents, family, friends, coaches, mentors, faculty, administration, and yes, even that weird mascot that shows up from time to time, while today may be our day, we could not have done this without you, and we hope that you can share in our joy. My name is Ron Underwood, and I was one of this year's Student Council presidents. First things first, to the Bloomington High School South class of 2020, congratulations on graduating. We made it. We have worked toward this goal and what lies beyond for over a decade, and today unquestionably marks our greatest achievement to date, even greater than tolerating Mr. True's tornado drills. Far beyond a piece of paper, today is a celebration of the quality education that we have received from some of the finest teachers and administrators in Indiana. We have been able to engage with our community through service and achieve at the highest level through extracurriculars. The debate team qualified for nationals, Science Olympiad smoked the competition, and sports teams won sectional, regional, and conference titles. dance marathon made over $500,000 during our 4 years for the kids. An incredible amount of money matched only a number by their Instagram posts. Congratulations in particular to Maggie Doyle, who won the competitive statewide Young Philanthropist Award. And we've also overcome many obstacles to get to this point. There was freshman gym, getting to first period on time senior year, the atrium flooding, but one that is noticeably not on this list is beating North. That, I guess, came a little too easy. All these experiences are a privilege and an honor that I hope my fellow graduates will use as a stepping stone to be successful, kind, humble, and adventurous, no matter where they may be headed or what they may be doing in the future. It was my boy Wayne Gretzky who said, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take." You might miss 100% of the shots you do take, but at least you won't have any regrets. As street philosopher and ancient Greek rapper Aristotle put it, our problem is not that we aim too high and miss, but that we aim too low and hit. So much like ordering not one, not two, but 3 Clux Deluxes at lunch, graduates, I encourage you to dream big and to take calculated risks. Like joining an all-North Panther hoops team or signing up for AP tests in the fall knowing that you were either going to sleep through the exam or not even show up entirely. I'm not saying if your friend is going to jump off of a cliff that you do too, but if you need to hold the door for someone in B wing, then I encourage you to do it. Now, I would like to address the hopefully at least 6-foot socially distanced elephant in the room. We are in the middle of a pandemic and a global recession, quarantined with restrictions and close monitoring for the near future. However, in light of all that has happened, this is also a time of resilience. There are lessons and principles to be learned right now about community, bravery, character, and science, particularly from the many medical professionals across the world. Lessons about how to feel together when we are apart, how to stay optimistic when everything seems wrong, and of course, how to stay healthy when we can't go to the gym or eat what we want to. We have not given in to COVID-19, and we will continue to do our part as we deal with this together. Our class is one like few in Bloomington South's decades-long history, and I expect that this phrase will stay true long past when this pandemic is over. Class of 2020, thank you so much for all the memories. Don't spend too much time on Netflix, and most of all, go on to be great. Now, will the class of 2020 please rise for the changing of the tassels? We made it.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Let's see what happens. Box set for the Panthers. They get it in. Back to Leal. He'll pull up at the top of the arc. It's good! Oh! At the buzzer, the big man steps up and knocks down the triple for the win.